Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Laura Williamson, I'm your host, and this is Bear Fitness. It's so good to see you again. So we got an awesome show again today for you. I want to welcome back Allie Mater, right? Yeah. And okay, so we did a show, which you have to check out. And because the show was so awesome, because it was so nice, we decided to do it twice. Allie and I got to talking, and we decided, why talk about it? Let's just do it. Let's just show you what we're actually talking about. So Allie's here and she's gonna give us these awesome recipes, and she's gonna have to talk me through it because they're mason jar salads and other things and recipes that we're gonna be doing today.
Yes. First of all, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. And just so you know, so the last show we talked about a wide variety of topics. We talked about intuitive eating. Allie shared with us some of the clients, the types of clients that she's been working with. And basically the first show was about how to make better choices, how to eat for special occasions, for holidays, and these types of events that come up in life and sometimes derail us from some of our health and wellness goals. So that's how we got into all of this. And we just noticed that there's a space here for people to make better choices by helping you prepare meals, including lunches and maybe even breakfast, to take with you on the go. They're delicious, they're fun, and so, okay, I'm just gonna jump in. Let's do it. Tell us.
So what I wanted to do today with Laura is to show you how to make some very simple mason jar salads in a wide variety of ways to do it. And sometimes it's really easy, well, at least for me, one of the last things I wanted to do at the end of the day, right when I'm getting ready to go to bed, is make my lunch for the next day. And doing mason jar salads when I'm finished with my dinner and putting things away is putting together a mason jar salad. And you can easily put it in Tupperware, that's easy to do, but putting it in a mason jar just makes it more fun, and it makes it easy to do because you can just stack things up and you already have your dinner ingredients out, you have some leftovers out, so you can prep things and get it done. You can even get 5 days worth of meals all set with the ingredients that you already have out or things that you have in your cabinet. So that's why Laura and I talked about, let's do this, show you a few different recipes, a few different varieties of things to do so you have stuff to take with you on the go. I'm not promoting eating while driving because I know that's not really safe at all, so please do not take that as a go ahead to eat while driving. But if you're in the car because you're on the road, you can park and safely eat this in the car because it's an easily portable meal to take with you as well. So
now, question. I remember mason jars as a kid. Mm-hmm. So if I recall correctly, you can go to a store and buy them in bulk, can't you? Can't you buy like 6 or 12 or whatever the number is?
Absolutely. I picked these up at Walmart. So I got, I believe, 12 of them for like $13.
Okay.
So
that's $1 and some change per jar.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where do we start? It smells good here, by the way. I'm getting hungry. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what do we do?
So the anatomy of a mason jar salad is you want to have dressing. You always want to have your chopped vegetables. You want to have some grains in there, and grains provide some protein and your fiber and so forth. And you want to have protein and you want to have your grains. But what we're going to start with right now is we're going to start with your grains. We do have an example of some other grains, which would be a pasta over there, and I'll talk more about that later because that is some leftovers that I brought in from last night. But I want to talk about quinoa, and we're going to get that cooking right now because quinoa is a really, really good protein. It is a complete protein. It has a lot of protein, a high level of protein, and I don't have my eyes on right now, so how much protein is in there?
Let's see. Oh no, the blind leading the blind.
Oh wait,
it's not
actually,
good. Wait, 5 grams of protein. There it is.
5 grams of protein.
5 grams of protein
for a quarter of a cup, but it's a complete protein, so it has all of your amino acids in it. So this is a great grain to add into your salad. So this takes about 15 minutes to cook, and it cooks very similarly to rice. So it's 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water.
2 to 1.
So while we're cooking the quinoa, we're going to prep the rest of the vegetables. Right now, we already have most of the vegetables out. We've put them out as a mise en place, which is a French culinary term, which means put in place. So we've got everything out on the counter ready to chop and go, so that when the quinoa is done cooking and our salad dressing is made, we can just put everything into the jars and then we're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to just get 1 cup of quinoa and then 2 cups of water into our saucepan, and then it's kind of set and forget. Stir it a little bit while it's cooking. While I'm cooking the quinoa, I usually add in about a tablespoon of oil, and I season it a little bit just to add a little bit of flavor, because quinoa does not have much flavor to it at all.
And this is your own seasoning, right?
It is.
You put this together yourself?
Yes,
All right.
I did. So that seasoning is an Italian herb seasoning from my online digital meal planner.
Okay.
And it is a recipe from there, and I have a few seasoning blends from there. And those seasoning blends, I think I put 2 cups in there. Hold on.
You got it. I
Okay.
can see it from here.
And the seasoning blends I put together are all low sodium, no sodium, and low sugar with no processed sugar, and they are all gluten free. And I decided to put these seasoning blends together and get them in bottles to help get dinner to the table faster.
Okay.
Just as one more extra tool to help people get dinner to the table faster.
Okay.
And that's just one easier way to do it.
Now I know when I make rice, I usually sometimes I'll saute onions and a little bit of olive oil, maybe 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'll add my 2 cups of water, and then, you know, I add some bay leaves, but that's not what you're doing here.
I'm not
So
doing-
you said it's similar, but that's how I make my rice, 2 to 1. So what are you doing here now? How are you making? You just added water, a little bit of oil, and that was
Water, a little bit of oil. I'm going to put in a little bit of a garlic butter seasoning grinder that I got from BJ's.
Okay.
It's just a great season grinder. I just put that in just for a little bit of flavor. And then I put in some Italian seasoning. It's really, really simple. I'm going to let this get up to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down. You know your quinoa is done when all the water has absorbed into the quinoa. It usually takes about 15 minutes. You want it to simmer once it comes down to a boil. Everybody's stove is a little bit different as far as how hot your burners burn. So you just have to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
So
and what's the heat? The heat is high because it has to boil. Is that right?
yeah, I have it
All right.
at like medium high right
You
now.
have it medium high. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to keep an eye on it.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
All right.
So now, why don't we get over to the vegetables? We'll start chopping, because I'm going to give you some jobs to do chopping, and then we'll get back to the vegetables.
Okay. So I'm gonna work.
You're going to work.
All right. I mean, I thought I was just wearing the, you know.
I mean, you could stand there and
apron
look
to be-
pretty, but we're
No.
going to we're going
You're
to
like, we got things to do.
We got
All right.
things
So
to do.
I'm rolling up the
Yeah.
sleeves. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do
So
the
we've
things.
got some vegetables here. We have a whole variety of vegetables. Not
Okay.
too much to prep and cook, but we've got a pepper here.
Okay.
Do you know the trick to cutting a pepper?
I do
Is
not.
it
Do I
easy?
pull the middle out and then cut it?
So this is a fun little trick, and I'm just going to show this to everybody, and it saves getting pepper seeds everywhere, and it saves, you can use most of the pepper. But I want to show a little bit of knife skills and a little bit of safety before we get started.
Okay.
When you're holding your knife,
Yes.
don't cut with your finger like this.
Don't do that.
No, because you're not as stable. So what you want to do is you really want to grip the knife like this. You have more power
Okay.
and more stability when you're holding your knife like this.
Okay.
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 And then when you're cutting, I want you to make a claw, just like
Okay.
this, with this hand.
With
your
this
other
hand. With the other hand.
Yeah, so that when you're cutting down, you don't lose your fingers.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
So with your pepper, come to the top,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to cut down right to the very top, like this. Okay. This little guy's going to pop out.
Mm-hmm.
You have this perfect little ring.
Oh.
And then, I usually like to use a paring knife. You just kind of go right down here. this. And you can just pull right down.
Ooh.
And then this little guy
Just pops out.
just pops right out.
Oh, how neat.
And then
Literally,
you-
how neat is that?
It is literally
That
very
is
neat.
awesome.
And you have almost the whole pepper,
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't wasted anything.
Okay.
So that's my little pepper cutting trick.
All right.
So the other little knife safety thing that I want to share with you, Laura, and everybody else, when you're cutting vegetables, anything with a knife, always try and keep a flat part down on the cutting board
Okay.
because it's more stable. So I'm have much more stability here cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I'm cutting like this, it can move around on me,
Mm-hmm.
and I might have less stability, and I have more chance of cutting myself.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so that's just one little knife safety trick
Oh, that's awesome.
for you and for everybody else watching.
Okay.
All right. So I am going to check on the quinoa. I'm going to cut the pepper since I started, and you can cut, the mushrooms, cucumbers, anything that you see
All right.
available
All
to
right.
you.
Sounds good. So I'm going to cut and put in the bowl.
Cut and put in the bowl,
Or put
or
'em
you
back in
put
the
'em-
bowl.
Put it back in the bowl.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
All right. So I'll go there. And I'll start cutting things up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you are not a chef, is that right?
I am not a formal chef. I am a nutrition specialist and culinary coach, but I did teach foods and nutrition and culinary arts for about over 10 years.
Wow.
So I was teaching all of this every single day, 7 periods a day. So it was something that I was doing in a classroom setting. So not a formal chef, but I was teaching these skills every single day.
Is that the same as home ec?
Well, modern day home ec, but it's called Family and Consumer Sciences.
Oh.
So I
wow.
was teaching the nutrition, the foods and nutrition. So what was exciting about it
Mm-hmm.
is that we were able to teach the nutrition curriculum and all the nutrition facts and tools that you needed to know,
Mm-hmm.
but the practical skills, the applicable skills in the kitchens, in the classroom. So
Mhm.
my classroom had 5 kitchens in it. So it was a really wonderful opportunity to be able to do that. And, I went in with the nutrition, went into the classroom and went into the job knowing I was doing the nutrition. Didn't realize that I had the passion for culinary nutrition until my department head gave me that opportunity to teach all of this.
Wow, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
It was fantastic.
It sounds like fun. Yeah, I didn't have that in school, but I also don't want to date myself, and then you really know how old I am.
There aren't too many schools that have it.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't too many schools that have it.
So was this your typical school, or was there something special or a little different about the particular school you had as far as their curriculum was concerned?
It was a comprehensive high school that I was teaching at,
Okay.
and it was just regular classes. Now, not every high school has these programs,
Mhm.
and the sad part about it is when I left to start this business, that program no longer stayed at the school because because I wasn't there to teach it. So it was sad. They still have nutrition with their health education, but
Okay.
and they do have the culinary arts program through the technical part of the school, but the home ec or the family consumer sciences isn't there, which is really sad because it's a really great program.
It sounds awesome, actually.
It's
I wish I
really
could have
fun.
had something like that.
So if you can see or you can hear,
I can hear
this
it.
is really bubbling,
Right.
and the faster and harder it bubbles, the faster the water absorbs, and that means the quinoa wouldn't necessarily get fully cooked.
Oh, okay.
So you want it to simmer a little bit and not boil as much as this. So this is a rolling boil, and I kind of equate it to like a hot tub.
Yeah.
So you want it to simmer a little bit, which is not as high as a boil.
Do we want to cover that, or we leave it
No,
as is?
I leave it as is, because when you
Okay.
cover it, you can't really see what's going on, so you want it to simmer.
Okay.
And you want to turn it down, and this guy is really, really hot.
Okay.
So there we go.
So you put it like on the lowest level, which
I'm-
is about 1.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that what
putting
you
it on the
want?
lowest level to
Okay.
turn the heat down.
So that's pretty low.
It is very low because
Okay.
it's taken up, it's boiling a lot.
Okay.
And what happens if it takes up the water too fast,
Mm-hmm.
I just add some more water because you want the quinoa to cook completely.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the quinoa doesn't cook completely, it's going to be really hard
Mm-hmm.
and really crunchy.
Okay. And I've done that. I've
Yeah.
made my quinoa, and it was a little crunchier than it should have been.
You know, you can have pasta al dente. That's yummy to have pasta al dente with which is to the bite. But you don't want your quinoa to the bite like that.
Am I doing this the right way?
You are doing that the right way. Now, if you're thinking about putting those in a jar,
Mm-hmm.
the one thing I would suggest
Mm-hmm.
is maybe not making them so big.
Make them smaller, like
I would-
slivers?
You can make them like slivers, or you can cut them into little tiny, tiny little bites.
Okay. So I'm going to go tiny bites and then try the slivers.
Yeah.
Since I...
Another thing that you could do, and I don't think I brought a peeler with me,
Mm-hmm.
you could always make little ribbons. So you could peel it towards you
Mm-hmm.
and make little
Oh,
ribbons.
okay.
And if you have a potato peeler, you can make potato peeler ribbons and just do that and make it really pretty and make little ribbons as well.
All right.
All right.
So then if I'm going to do slivers, is it better to do it with this to make my slivers, or is it better to use this one for the slivers? If I'm going to go slivers, am I going to?
Yeah, you can do that.
Ah, here we go.
Mhm.
Can you tell I'm a basic cooker here? I keep everything pretty simple.
Well, this is a very simple thing and should not be complicated. With the celery,
Mm-hmm.
it's a full celery like this.
Mm-hmm.
What I like to do is cut it right down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I use the heel of my hand and I just push down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, heel of my hand and push down.
Oh, okay.
And I turn it over. And I just put the point of my knife down
Mm-hmm.
and I just rock. Point
Okay.
of my knife and rock. And it will make it really easy to go straight down the knife.
Listen, I'll be the first to admit, I'm not the best cook in the world. I keep it so basic, you have no idea.
I think basic is perfect. Keeping it simple is perfect. And if you have some go-tos that you enjoy, that's the way to go. I hear that I'm losing my water in there.
Mhm.
So if you notice right here, if you come look, that I have almost no more water in here, and my timer is
Oh,
down to
yeah.
about 4 minutes. So quinoa takes about 15 minutes. I just spilled that onto the
Oops,
burner.
man overboard.
And I'm just going to pull that off so it doesn't burn.
Okay.
I want to add a little bit more water because it's not going to be completely cooked. So I want it to absorb some more.
Okay. And if you had to guess how much water that was, just so people know, because then people will be like,
That-
oh no, I added too much.
That was probably a quarter, not even a quarter of a cup, a few tablespoons,
Okay.
maybe a quarter of a cup.
Okay.
And
Ooh, that looks good and it smells good.
and I was just listening for that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that it was not boiling as loudly, so that's how I knew to go check it. I'm going to let you keep chopping, and I'm going to go make a couple of easy salad dressings.
I like it.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah. So I know last time I saw you, we talked about your clients, like the type of clients that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So have you cooked like this in their houses for them?
I have. So I do have a couple of cooking class options. I have private cooking classes or group cooking classes that I can offer.
Mm-hmm.
And the group cooking classes is very similar to going to, a Taste Buds Kitchen cooking class where you go and everybody participates, everybody cooks, everybody eats, and it's a fun group experience. And I also have private cooking classes where it's completely customizable. The group cooking classes are customizable, but the private cooking classes are, very, very customizable based on what you really want to learn. So if you're like, gosh, do I really need to learn all these knife skills, and what are my goals with my nutrition and my health? We're going to focus on what you really want to learn in the kitchen, and do you really want to focus on breakfasts and meal prep for the week and for your lunches? That's what we're going to do during your cooking class. If you're somebody who has never stepped up your foot in the kitchen, then we're going to start at the basics. If you're somebody who has been in the kitchen a lot, but you want to learn new skills and new ways to incorporate healthy eating into your diet, then that's what we're going to do.
Now, do you do something social? And when I say social, because that's social, but do you do something in the way of, if someone says, you know what, my daughter's having a birthday party, let's say, for example, and I want them to learn how to cook fun new things because they're on an athletic team together and they need some recipes, or they need to know how to, prep on the go when they're working out and training, let's say.
Yeah, so that's what the group cooking classes would be like.
That's what they would be like. Okay.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right.
That would be that. So the salad dressings, super easy. I'm going to do 2 for you.
Okay.
I'm going to do a vinaigrette and then more of a hearty, stick to your bones dressing. Actually, that's such a lie. I'm only going to do 1 because I didn't bring the maple syrup. So we're just going to
no.
I know.
Okay,
so
that's okay.
I forgot the main ingredient. I'm looking and I thought, oh goodness. So we're just going to do a vinaigrette today, which is perfect. But salad dressings are so easy to make, and they're so quick. And when you make them yourself, you know exactly what's in them, and there's no processed anything in your dressings, and that you can control the flavor, you can control the ingredients, and so forth. So we're going to make a quick and easy red wine vinaigrette. Okay. And this is almost done. So what we're going to do, I have to put my eyes on for this because I have my ingredients on a Post-it note.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know if you had this, but I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother had a couple of her recipes on postcards, on the little cards, the little white cards that you get in the store, So, I mean, I don't know if anyone still does that, or what was the box of recipes box that you used to get? You used to have a membership and they'd send you different recipes and you put it in the box and you pull out what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of olive oil.
So would you say cooking is mostly about the prep work in order to get the meal that you want? It's all in the preparation.
I don't know. I think it's in the planning.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So, oh gosh, how do I stop this?
Up in there it goes.
I'm gonna close it. So I think it's in the planning and in the mise en place. So this is done. So I'm going to take this off here. And it was almost exactly 15 minutes. And I did have to add a little bit of water because this cooked hot. So this is done.
Okay.
I think it's in the planning of it.
Okay.
So we did a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and then 1/2 cup of olive oil. Oh, I did a 1/4 cup. So we have to do another. And then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar.
No, that's what cooking is. You gotta, make a little mess here and there. All right.
A 1/4 cup of this.
And so, just to be clear, you don't always have to spend a lot of money on your recipes as far as your ingredients. Is that right?
That is correct.
Because we all have different budgets, and
So one of the beauties of being a former educator and a former social worker is that you don't make a lot of money. So you have to learn how to make your budget
work for you.
work for you.
Right.
And so you learn how not to spend a lot of money. A tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and that just squirted right out. Now, once you get some more experience in the kitchen, you will be able to eyeball your ingredients and see how big a tablespoon really looks at, what it equates to. And just for a reference of what a tablespoon looks like, a tablespoon is going to be equivalent to like the size of a ping pong ball.
Okay.
So if you're going to look at a ping pong ball, you'll know that that's a tablespoon. Salt and pepper to taste. So I usually just add in a little bit of a couple grinds of that. And then Italian seasoning.
And you can use any kind of salt you want, right?
Yes, and my salt, it's pink and white because I have a mixture of regular sea salt and Himalayan pink sea salt in here. So that's why mine is that. And then I just...
Is it if you throw salt over your shoulder, it's good luck? Is that what that is?
I have no idea. I think it might be.
Does anyone know? I don't.
I just put in a little too much. And then we shake it up. And then you taste it. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of garlic.
Oh, I like garlic.
Yeah. Why
I'm
not?
a garlic girl. Okay. Now, as we're moving forward, let me see. Do we have enough of everything? Do I need to cut another bit of celery? How about the cukes?
I think you have to cut the cucumbers, and I think you need to cut the snap peas.
Okay. Now, is there a particularly special way we like to cut the snap peas?
I just cut them in half.
Okay.
And
oh,
then
wow, that looks good.
Now you have it. Now, the key to cooking and the key to dressings is you always have to taste to see if you have to add anything to it.
Okay.
So, put your plastic fork in there and you taste.
You stir it up. Oh, that looks yummy.
Now, it needs something. You tell me what it needs.
It's not salt. It's not olive oil, because I can taste the olive oil.
Might need a little bit of lemon juice. Now, that wasn't part of the recipe.
It's not bad. It's not bad on its own, though, I must admit.
But it wasn't part of the recipe, but it needs a little bit of acid in there, a little bit of lemon juice. So I'll just put a little squeeze in there. And we'll do that.
Oh, and slivers. We want mostly slivers of these when we're doing these, right? Or bite sizes, you said.
Whatever your heart desires, and that's the beauty of making salads in a jar. You can make it however you want to do it.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bigger than on these.
And then
I'll trust you to taste it, and you tell me.
Much better.
Okay.
There you go. There's your dressing.
Things are smelling really good around here, I gotta tell you.
I'll cut some snap peas.
What can I give you?
Steal a knife.
Okay.
And then we're just about ready to put these together. What I have here for an assortment of other things to put inside of these jars is I have a couple of protein options here. I have some tuna fish if people want some tuna, if you're a fan of tuna. I also have eggs, if you like eggs. I have leftover taco meat because we had tacos the other night, and I figured, why not make a taco bowl? Because that would be fun. Because sometimes they don't always want just plain old salad, so make a taco bowl. And I have, for people who are interested in not having meat and just want a plant-based option, I have these tofu squares, which are garlic and herb flavored tofu, which are very delicious. And I
Where did you find those? Whole Foods?
No, Market Basket.
Market Basket.
Market Basket in the produce section. They're in the back in the produce section next to like the mushroom area in the back area where
With the seasonings, with the herbs and things?
not
no?
necessarily with the herbs. It's near the mushrooms, near the where you buy the tofu.
Okay, I know exactly where
Yeah.
you're. Okay.
So, and it's quite delicious. And then I have edamame. I also have chickpeas or garbanzo beans and lentils. So you can put a whole bunch of different things together
Okay.
in your bowl.
Now, I'm going to hand you, oh, there it is over there. So I'm going to hand you, can you tell us about this? What exactly is this situation that's happening in front of me right now?
Well, this situation is, I think it's a butter slicer.
Okay.
It was from my grandparents, so it's probably from like the 1930s and 40s. It's incredibly old. And I think you use it for butter, for sliced butter, but I use it to slice eggs
Yep.
because it makes perfect slices for eggs, for salads, and it makes them
Nice.
come out perfect.
All
So it's kind of using the tools that you have.
Okay.
So
All right.
if you like eggs.
All right.
on
That's
your salad.
perfection.
Yeah.
All right. And so now what else do we need? We got the spinach here, right? That goes in our bowls too?
It does.
Will we be using this today?
We will be using that.
All right. I'm going to
So
open this up.
I think we're about ready to start building.
Okay.
I'm going to give one little trick for eggs.
Okay.
Sometimes when you're peeling eggs,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of crack everywhere and you can't get them.
That's what happened just to me a minute ago.
So when you're going to peel it, if you tap it and you hear a little click, that kind of breaks the seal, I guess, around the shell.
That.
Do you hear
Okay.
that? That will make it much easier to peel the egg, and the shell should come off easily all the way around.
Now, how many minutes did you cook your egg?
So funny. It's hard to hard boil an egg for me. I boil it, I get the water boiling, and I boil it, and I keep it cooking for 15 minutes, but I don't have it boiling for 15 minutes. I keep it on the stove for 15 minutes, but I keep the water on the stove on low, like on 1
Okay.
for like the 15 minutes.
Okay.
But if you look at how you're supposed to boil an egg, those aren't the rules for how
Okay.
you're supposed to boil an egg.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, and then the last thing, wait, what about the radishes and the onions?
Well, we can cut a radish and we can cut an onion.
All right.
I'll do a radish and you can do an onion.
I'm going to do onion.
Sure.
All right. All right. So, is there a special way that you want me to
I would just
go for it?
go for it.
All right. So I'm going to go one end. I'm going to go the other end. Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, my most favorite kitchen tool ever. Do you cry when you cut onions?
I always cry.
Those are my onion goggles.
Oh, may I?
You-
Oh no, actually, let's see you do it.
Okay.
Let's see.
So, this was probably one of my most favorite Christmas gifts ever from my mother.
Okay.
Were onion goggles.
Mhm.
If you ever want to stop crying, you can look like a fool in your kitchen and wear onion goggles, but it keeps you from crying when you're cutting the onions. Here, you can put them on too.
Well, I'll try it.
Well,
just
I'm not
once.
cutting the
Let's
onion.
see.
Yeah, but
Let's
it
see.
keeps you from.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh, look at there. Do I look like I'm going skiing?
you do,
Okay.
but
But I'm in my kitchen,
you're in your kitchen.
or I'm in a kitchen-like
kitchen.
situation.
But
Okay.
it keeps you from crying. There's it's almost like weather stripping around the side of the goggles,
Okay.
and it keeps the onion from.
Okay. So
it's a strong onion because I can.
yeah,
can
because
feel it.
I'm truly. First of all, I'm getting hungry. Let's be clear. Can you hear my stomach
I
growling?
can hear your stomach growling.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
this is because it smells that good in here, everyone, just so you know. Like, it's just, all right, we're getting there though. We're almost done because we don't want to leave anything. And please don't judge me. I understand I'm doing an awful job with this onion right now. I get it. Or you can send me comments in my Insta account and tell me I need to improve my skills, but you know. Okay, so then actually I'm gonna go this way. No?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, I should go
Just always
here.
make sure it's flat.
Oh, flat, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm a bad student. Did you see that? I was about to do the wrong thing. Okay, and then make sure it's flat. Well, that's good enough. All right. We're getting there. I know it's not flat. Again, don't judge me.
I'm not judging you, but
I'm uncomfortable.
your fingers might.
I know if I lose one.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
And I'm gonna just cut the tomatoes in half a little bit because it's easier to eat them when they're cut in half.
But sometimes when they're nice and sweet, though, you just want to pop it in the mouth and just go. Okay, so I'm just going to go here.
So I mentioned that I had some leftover pasta.
Mm-hmm.
What I did with this leftover pasta, there wasn't much left over, but it wasn't much for a meal. What I did with it, I just added some olive oil to it, some of the Italian seasoning some of my Italian seasoning, and a little bit of that garlic grinder.
Okay.
And so it's like a pasta salad, but not really, but I knew I was going to use it as my grain inside of my jar.
I love it.
So it gave it just a little bit of flavor. So I knew I'd use it. It wouldn't be just such plain, boring pasta. But what's cool about the pasta is that it's organic brown rice and quinoa pasta. It was as cheap as can be because I got it from Aldi. I think it was probably $2. If you're like Stop and Shop or Whole Foods or somewhere else, it'd probably be $5 a bag. But it was really, really inexpensive, and it has like 6 grams of protein in there. It's gluten-free, so for those people who need to follow a gluten-free diet and want some protein with their pasta,
this is it.
this is it.
All right.
So
awesome.
All right, it's time to build.
It's time to build.
It's time to build.
And just before I forget, I don't want people to forget or miss this. So over there, I noticed there's one more of your seasonings on the end of the table.
Oh, yeah.
That was because you said you had tacos.
I had tacos, so I had the
night.
taco meat,
Right.
and I do turkey tacos just because I like turkey.
And I
once
do the same.
And once you put taco seasoning in it, you don't notice the difference.
Right.
So I have the taco seasoning, and this is gluten-free, very, very low sodium. A lot of people need to.
Is it Taco the Town? Nice.
Taco the Town.
How does that smell?
It smells. I shouldn't open it. You should just smell it that way. Open it that way. It smells delicious. But normally, when you have tacos, or at least for me, I end up tasting tacos for a long time because I can just comes back up. There's no preservatives. There's nothing. It's just the seasonings blended together.
Okay.
And
it's nice.
It's
It smells nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So
are we building?
we're building.
All right.
And
let's go for it.
there's no rules.
Okay.
Well, there is a rule. See, the dressing always goes first
Okay.
because you want that to be on the bottom and you don't want it to wilt any of the greens. So you've got your dressing,
Okay.
then your chopped vegetables,
Okay.
and then your grains,
Okay.
and then your protein, and then some of your greens.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And so you get to build however you want to build.
All right. So, okay. So, just so you know, everyone, what we are looking at is actually a how-to. It's pretty simple, and we're going to tell you how to get this information and do this at home for yourselves to make it that easy for you, because it's such a simple, it's just one page, and look, it's 1, 1, 1, 1, and done, end of story. So it's really, really simple to do. So, all right, so let's get going. Are we grabbing I'm gonna take my jar and start putting it all in.
Yep, you're gonna start with your dressing.
Start with my dressing.
I will build the taco bowl because it's a little bit different with some of the ingredients. Instead of putting dressing in, I brought some taco sauce because you don't need salad dressing with it, but I'm going to start with the taco sauce on the bottom.
So I'm gonna measure out, what, 2 tablespoons of salad dressing for myself.
You can do that. I usually just eyeball.
You eyeball it?
I eyeball it. But just think, you have
wait.
this much dressing, and you have to get through about five of them. Less is more,
Yeah.
usually, because you have all these other ingredients in there that are adding flavor.
Well, here, I'm gonna eyeball it today.
There you go.
A
That's
smidge.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
there. All right, so there.
Mhm.
There's my dressing. In my mind, I did 2 tablespoons. All right, so I'm doing
It's probably
dressing.
less than 2 tablespoons, to be honest.
That's why she's the expert. Okay, there. Now it's a little more than 2 tablespoons. I know it is. Well, maybe not. Okay, anywho. All right, and now I start throwing in my vegetables.
So with the taco bowl, I'm also going to add in some quinoa.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little of that, and I'm making one the way I want it, right?
Make it how you want.
Okay,
Yep.
make it how I want. I want some carrots. I love mushrooms. Okay, so now there's a little bit of fun in this for me. I'm gonna go on over here. I see some chickpeas. Should I use a spoon for this?
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
So those are lentils.
Okay, lentils. Okay.
Lentils, yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little extra of that. Wait, lentils. Oh, that's my protein, right? Is there? Or is that high in fiber?
That's fiber. And that could be protein.
Okay,
You
I'm going back
you,
to my list. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. All right, I'm going to continue. I'm going to put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right.
Now the taco bowl, I mean, these are really big jars. You don't have to get the biggest jars that I got. These are big jars.
All right, I'm going to go, let's put that here. Look, I'm like all confused. Like, where do I go? What do I do? How do I make that happen? All right. A few more carrots.
And what we can do.
Okay, and then I need my grain, so I need some quinoa now.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to go here.
You can use a smaller spoon,
Yeah.
So
So I don't make a mess. That's really what the issue is. I'm going to put one more. This smells really good, so I'm feeling kind of greedy right now. Okay, so smaller spoon. And then chopped protein. I'm going to put a couple of eggs.
So with my taco bowl, I'm going to layer it a couple times, and I'm going to put some quinoa in there as well, because the quinoa with the turkey is really good.
Okay, quinoa with the turkey. Wait. This is I'm getting very excited here, I gotta tell you.
And then guacamole and the taco sauce are
I feel
your
like
dressing.
I need to do a dance. Okay, and then after that, that's my bowl and I shake it up, or I just eat it that way?
You don't shake it up until you're ready to eat it.
Oh, okay.
So keep it, put the lid on,
Okay, put my
and
lid
then
on.
you refrigerate it, and then when you're ready to eat it, you shake it up.
Oh my God, it's beautiful, I love it.
There you
It's
go.
too pretty to eat. Okay,
There you go.
all right.
And then you make another one.
Can I make another one? Okay, I'm gonna
You
do something
absolutely can.
different. I'm gonna add more dressing this time. Now that I know what I'm doing, I'm feeling kind of confident. I'm gonna go peppers this time. I didn't do that last time. I'm gonna get a couple tomatoes. I think I'm gonna do tuna for this one. Maybe get a little bit of onion.
See how easy this is?
It's once you get it going. Oh my gosh, it's very easy. I don't know what goes in my meat sauce salad. How's that work?
And then
Olives. I didn't do olives.
and then we also have sunflower seeds if you want to put those on.
I do.
And then for the taco one, I've got a couple chips that you can crumple up to put on for some crunch.
Oh, okay. Wait. All right, so wait, I'm following my list, everyone. You can do this too. I need more vegetables. I don't know what vegetables, but I feel like I need I'm gonna do this. Sunflower seeds.
Salad dressing. I'm gonna do some pasta. And I'm going to put the pasta on before the vegetables so it can soak up some of the dressing.
I'm just going to put just a little bit. It's quinoa time. Right. Am I going? Yes, I'm going in the right order.
Now I'm messing up the order a little bit because I have this pasta.
You rebel, you.
I am. Only because the pasta doesn't have any dressing in it, so I want it to soak up a little bit of that.
All right, and now I'm going to the spinach. Do that. Gotta move out of your way.
Okay.
Spinach.
Radishes.
A little bit more.
Mushrooms.
All right. And there it is. I'll put that there.
See how quick this is?
It's awesome. It's quick. Okay, I'm gonna just use this one. All right, there. Look at us going through it. That's 3 jars. I'm feeling very accomplished right now.
This will be the 4th one, and we can call it at that.
All right.
Because
I think we have some eggs left. We got a little bit. Oh, I forgot to put onion. It's okay.
I'll put the eggs on the top. I'll do some edamame.
Wow, this was really easy. Okay.
Yeah, so while I finish doing this, is there any other questions that you have?
Yeah. Where can people find you? Like, tell us that. Give us that information so they can find you and do this for themselves, and how to find the information.
So I can be found at transformyourtable.com.
Okay.
And I have free consultations on there, so you can just fill out a form and find me on there. You can find me on the internet, or on Instagram or Facebook, and that's on Transform Your Table as well.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone, this is fantastic. Like this is all so good. You know what? Yeah, I think you need to do this too. And yeah, give it a try. It's easy. It's simple. I think this is going to be my lunch today, honestly. So give it a try. There's going to be a QR code, so you can find how to do this for yourselves. Again, it's really simple. It's very easy. And more importantly, it's a lot of fun. All right. So everybody in the house can do one of these. Who's ever at home, make it easy. Put it in the fridge. Sit it and forget it. All right. So I'm Laura. This is Bear Fitness. This is my guest, Allie. I'll see you later. Take care. Until next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.